The Mystery of the Lost Tower. Chapter 1: The Mysterious Invitation. Alex sat alone in his small room, staring at the old books and maps that covered his desk. He loved exploring, even if it was only in his mind. But lately, he dreamed of a real adventure, something exciting that could take him beyond the familiar streets of his village. One evening, as he opened his window to let in the cool night air, he noticed a small, sealed envelope lying on the windowsill. It was strange, no one ever left letters here. Curious, he picked it up and slowly opened it. Inside was a single piece of paper with a short message: "Come find the tower. The answers you seek are there." Alex's heart raced. The tower? He had only heard stories, tales of a hidden place filled with secrets and treasures. But no one knew where it was or even if it was real. He read the message again and found a small, rough map drawn in faded ink. It showed a path leading through the old forest, ending at a spot marked with an X. What could be there? He whispered to himself. He wondered if anyone had ever found this place. Alex couldn't resist. He knew he had to go. But could he really trust this mysterious map? "Would you go if you were me?" he asked, looking out at the silent trees. He felt both excited and nervous. The unknown waited for him, and it filled him with a strange thrill. As he prepared for his journey, gathering only a small bag and his courage, he felt a strange sensation, like he was being watched. He turned quickly but saw nothing, just the quiet shadows of the night. With one last look at his village, Alex took his first step toward the forest and the adventure that awaited. Little did he know, someone, or something, was following close behind. Chapter 2: The First Clue. Alex walked carefully through the old forest, holding the map tightly. The trees were tall and dark, and the sound of birds filled the air. He looked down at the map and read, "The stone with the secret lies deep in the forest." He wondered, what secret could be waiting for me here? After a while, Alex found a large stone. It was smooth and had strange symbols carved into it. "Is this the stone?" he thought. He touched the symbols, feeling the cool stone under his hand. One symbol looked like a small handprint. Curious, Alex placed his hand on the stone's mark, pressing it gently. Nothing happened at first, but then, he noticed something unusual. As the sun began to set, a faint glow appeared on the stone. Alex leaned closer. Hidden words slowly started to show on the surface. "Follow the light of the moon to find the path," he read aloud. What could that mean? He asked himself. He looked up, realizing it was almost dark. Do I have to wait for the moonlight to see the path? Alex felt a chill. He wasn't sure what to do next. Should he wait here alone in the dark forest? He thought about going back, but his curiosity kept him there. "What would you do if you were me?" he whispered to himself, as if asking the forest for advice. Suddenly, he heard a twig snap behind him. Alex turned quickly, his heart racing. "Who's there?" he called out, his voice shaking a little. But there was only silence. He felt a sense of mystery, as if something, or someone, was watching him. Should he stay and wait for the moon, or leave the forest now? Alex took a deep breath and decided to stay, hoping the moon would reveal the next clue. But he couldn't shake the feeling that he was not alone. What will happen next? Will Alex find the path, or will the forest keep its secrets? This chapter uses simple vocabulary, short sentences, and strategic repetition, e.g., stone, secret, moonlight, to reinforce language learning. Key phrases allow for shadowing, and the final cliffhanger encourages readers to continue following Alex's adventure. Chapter 3: The Cave Challenge. Alex stepped cautiously into the dark cave. The air was cold, and the silence was thick. His heart beat fast as he moved deeper, feeling the walls with his hands. Suddenly, he noticed strange marks on the stone. "What do these symbols mean?" he whispered, his voice echoing through the cave. He remembered the map. The symbols on the wall matched some symbols he had seen earlier. Could they be a clue? Alex touched the first symbol, a triangle, and felt it press inward. A soft click echoed. Did I just open something? He wondered. But nothing else happened. Moving forward, he saw 3 paths ahead, each darker than the last. Which path should I take? He asked himself, looking from one to the other. Just as he started to choose, he heard a faint noise behind him. A shadow moved quickly out of sight. "Who's there?" Alex called out, but there was no answer. His heart pounded faster. I can't turn back now, he thought, trying to stay calm. He took a deep breath and chose the middle path. With every step, the cave seemed to close in around him, but he kept going. Suddenly, the ground beneath him shook, and he lost his balance. He fell, catching himself against a cold, rough wall. Careful, Alex, he told himself, standing up and brushing off dust. Ahead, he spotted a faint light glowing. He hurried towards it, hoping for an exit. But instead, he found another challenge, a tall wall with more symbols, like a puzzle waiting to be solved. This must be it, he whispered, excitement and fear mixing inside him. The wall seemed to dare him to solve its mystery. But as he reached out to touch the symbols, the faint noise returned. This time, it was closer. Much closer. Is someone following me? He thought, a chill running down his spine. Who was in the cave with him? And what did they want? Chapter 4: The Mysterious Figure. Alex walked slowly through the dark tunnel. His heart was beating fast. The tunnel was cold and quiet, but something felt wrong. Suddenly, he heard a sound behind him. He stopped and listened. Footsteps. Someone else was there. But who? Who is there? Alex called out, his voice echoing in the tunnel. Silence. Only the sound of his own breathing. But then, he heard it again, footsteps, closer this time. Alex turned around and saw a figure in the shadows. The person wore a long, dark coat and a mask that covered their face. The figure stepped closer, and Alex felt a chill run down his spine. He didn't know if he should run or stay. Why are you following me? Alex asked, trying to sound brave. The figure paused, then spoke in a low voice. I am looking for the lost tower too. You know the way. I need your help. Alex felt unsure. This stranger looked mysterious, and he didn't know if he could trust them. But he also knew that finding the lost tower alone would be hard. Why should I trust you? He asked. The figure replied, because we have the same goal. I want what you want, the treasure in the tower. Alex thought for a moment. He could feel his heart beating fast. Could he trust this stranger? What would you do? Would you trust the mysterious figure? Finally, Alex nodded. "All right," he said. "We will work together. But if you try anything, this partnership is over." The stranger laughed softly. "Agreed," they said. "Let's go." As they walked further into the tunnel, Alex kept looking back at his new partner, still unsure. Suddenly, they found a door covered in strange symbols. The stranger touched one of the symbols, and the door began to open. What was on the other side? Alex held his breath, wondering what they would find. Key elements for learning and engagement. Repetition of keywords, tunnel, figure, trust, treasure, and stranger are repeated to reinforce vocabulary. Shadowing opportunities, simple phrases like "who is there" and "why should I trust you" encourage repetition. Engaging questions, what would you do? Would you trust the mysterious figure? These questions encourage readers to think and interact. Cliffhanger ending, the chapter ends with the mysterious door opening, enticing readers to continue to the next chapter to discover what lies beyond. Chapter 5, The Encounter with the Tower. Alex finally stands in front of the lost tower. The air is thick with silence. He takes a deep breath, feeling both nervous and excited. The tower is tall, with old stones and a large, heavy door. On the door, there is a strange puzzle with symbols and numbers. Alex knows he has to solve it to enter. "Let's do this," he whispers to himself. But before he can start, he hears a noise behind him. Turning quickly, he sees the masked stranger from before. "Why are you here?" Alex asks, trying to stay calm. The stranger steps forward, his voice low and serious. "We both want what's inside the tower," he says. "But only one of us can enter." Alex's heart races. He knows he has come too far to turn back now. He must face this challenge. "Then we solve this together, or not at all," he replies, hoping the stranger will agree. The stranger pauses, then nods. Together, they look at the puzzle. Alex sees symbols he remembers from the map and from the cave. He thinks hard. Each symbol has a meaning, a clue. Slowly, he touches one symbol, then another. "Are you sure?" the stranger asks, watching him closely. Alex nods. But he isn't sure. He's nervous, and his hands shake a little. What would you do? He wonders, looking around as if someone could answer him. They both take turns trying to solve the puzzle. Each time they think they have the answer, the door doesn't move. Finally, Alex remembers something his grandfather once said: sometimes, the answer is simple. He places his hand on one last symbol, and the door begins to open, just a crack. But before they can enter, the stranger pushes Alex aside and steps into the doorway. "Wait!" Alex calls, but it's too late. What will Alex do now? Chapter 6, The Secret Revealed. Alex steps into the dark room at the top of the tower, his heart pounding. As he shines his flashlight around, he sees only dust and shadows. Was it all for nothing? He wonders if he made a mistake by coming here. Then, his light catches something, a small, dusty chest hidden in the corner. He walks over, hesitating, and opens it. Inside, there is an old diary with a golden lock, and next to it, a small, shining key. Alex picks up the diary, feeling the weight of its history. He unlocks it, and on the first page, he sees his grandfather's handwriting. "To my dear Alex," it begins. His grandfather left this for him? But why? Alex turns the page and reads, "The true treasure is knowledge. It is not gold or jewels, but the stories we share and the wisdom we gain." As he reads each line, Alex feels closer to his grandfather, as if he is right there with him, guiding him. His grandfather's words tell of past adventures, difficult choices, and valuable lessons learned. "Keep searching, Alex," he reads. "Never stop learning. That is the real journey." Alex closes the diary slowly, feeling both proud and a little sad. The tower did not hold a treasure chest of gold, but something much greater. But was it enough? Alex looks around the empty room, wondering if there is more he missed. Just then, he hears a faint whisper. Is this the end, or is it only the beginning? Alex turns quickly, but no one is there. The room is silent again. But his heart feels full, and his curiosity is sparked anew. As he leaves the tower, he knows this is not the last adventure. Would you keep searching if you were Alex? What would you hope to find? Vocabulary practice. Words such as treasure, searching, knowledge, and adventure repeat throughout, giving learners frequent exposure to common terms. Simple, short sentences aid comprehension. Engaging questions at the end help readers reflect and keep them eager for what might come next.